Have you ever caught yourself thinking, is it too late for me to try something new? Maybe you've felt like your days are slipping into a routine, or that your mind isn't as sharp as it once was. Well, let me tell you something. It's never too late. In fact, right now might just be the perfect time to discover a hobby that lights up your brain and brings a little extra joy into your life. You see, studies show that learning new skills as we age isn't just fun. It's good for us. It keeps our minds agile, boosts our mood, and even helps build new connections in the brain. And the best part? You don't need to run a marathon or solve advanced calculus. Today, we're talking about 5 simple, enjoyable hobbies that anyone can pick up, no matter your age or experience. So let's dive in, starting with a hobby that's as peaceful as it is rewarding. Let's start with gardening. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Isn't that just digging in the dirt? Oh, it's so much more. Gardening is like a gentle workout for your body and your mind. You're planning layouts, learning about seasons, and problem-solving when a plant isn't thriving. Plus, there's magic in watching something you've nurtured grow from a tiny seed into a burst of color or a juicy tomato. And you don't need a big backyard. Start small, a windowsill herb garden, a few pots on a balcony, or even a community plot if you're feeling social. My neighbor Margaret started with a single basil plant at 68. Now, she's the tomato queen of her local gardening club. The key: take it slow, enjoy the process, and don't stress over perfection. It's about the journey, not just the harvest. Now, let's talk about learning a musical instrument. But I've never played a note in my life. Sound familiar? Here's the thing. You don't need to become a concert pianist. Even 10 minutes a day with a keyboard, a ukulele, or a harmonica can work wonders. Music engages your memory, coordination, and creativity all at once. Take my friend Carl. At 72, he decided to learn the harmonica after watching a blues performance. He started with YouTube tutorials, free ones, and now he plays at our weekly coffee meetups. It's not about hitting every note perfectly. It's about the joy of making sound, feeling rhythm, and surprising yourself with what you can do. So dust off that old guitar in the attic or treat yourself to a beginner's keyboard. Your brain will thank you. Next up, digital photography. Before you say, "Oh, technology's not for me," hear me out. Today's smartphones take stunning photos, and learning to use them is easier than you think. Photography gets you out exploring, noticing details you might have missed, the way light filters through trees, the smile lines on a grandchild's face. Start by snapping pictures of everyday moments. Then, dive into free apps that let you adjust colors or add filters. Many community centers offer senior-friendly classes, too. My cousin Ruth, 65, turned her love of sunsets into a digital photo album she shares with her family every month. It's like a treasure hunt, she says. I'm always looking for the next beautiful thing. And isn't that a wonderful way to live? Now I've got 2 more hobbies to share with you, ones that might surprise you with how fun and fulfilling they are. One involves storytelling, and the other, let's just say it's a delicious way to stay sharp. But we'll get to those in a bit. For now, why not grab a notebook and jot down which of these first 3 hobbies sparks your curiosity? Or better yet, head outside and snap a photo of something that makes you smile. Remember, the goal isn't to master these overnight. It's to find something that makes you feel curious, engaged, and maybe even a little proud. After all, life's too short not to try something new. So, what'll it be? Gardening, music, or photography? Let me know in the comments below. And stay tuned, we're just getting started. You know, some of the most meaningful conversations I've ever had weren't with people. They were with myself. Let me explain. There's something powerful about putting pen to paper, about untangling thoughts or reliving memories. That brings me to our 4th hobby, journaling or storytelling. Now, before you say, "I'm no Shakespeare," let me stop you right there. This isn't about writing a best-selling novel. It's about capturing your story, the moments that shaped you, the lessons you've learned, or even the funny little things that happen over morning coffee. My brother-in-law, Frank, started journaling at 67 after his grandkids kept asking, "What was life like when you were young?" He began scribbling down memories from his army days, his first job, even his childhood pet, a goat named Charlie who ate his homework. Now, those stories are bound into a book his family cherishes. You don't need fancy tools, just a notebook and a quiet corner. Write a paragraph a day, or record voice memos if typing feels easier. The act of reflecting? It's like a workout for your memory, and a gift for future generations. Now let's move on to our fifth hobby, and trust me, this one's a crowd pleaser. Cooking or baking. But I've been cooking my whole life, you might say. But here's the twist. Experimenting with new recipes. Think of it as a delicious science project. Trying unfamiliar cuisines, mastering a perfect soufflé, or even growing your own herbs for a homemade sauce. It's all about engaging your senses and challenging your brain in the tastiest way possible. Take my friend Elena. At 71, she decided to learn vegan baking. No eggs, no dairy. She'd never baked a cake before, but she started with simple recipes, made mistakes, we've all had a cookie brick phase, and kept going. Now, she hosts monthly dessert nights for her neighbors. It's not just about the food, she told me. It's about laughing in the kitchen, sharing stories, and feeling proud of what I created. And if you're cooking for one? No problem. Freeze portions for later, or gift them to a friend. The internet is bursting with free recipes. Try a YouTube tutorial or a blog with step-by-step photos. The goal isn't to be a gourmet chef. It's to savor the process, from chopping veggies to that first satisfying bite. Isn't it remarkable how these hobbies weave together? Writing helps us preserve our past, cooking lets us savor the present, and both keep our minds dancing with new ideas. But here's the secret, any of these hobbies can become a bridge to connection. Join a writers group at the library, swap cuttings with fellow gardeners, or invite a friend over for a homemade meal. You'll nourish your brain and your heart. Now, I know trying something unfamiliar can feel daunting. Maybe you're thinking, what if I'm not good at it? But here's the truth. Nobody starts as an expert. The joy is in the trying. Miss a chord on the piano? Laugh it off. Burn the first batch of cookies? Call it crunchy caramel. The moment you let go of perfection, you make room for wonder. So let's recap. We've talked about gardening, music, photography, storytelling, and cooking. 5 hobbies, each with their own flavor, each offering a path to keep your mind nimble and your spirit bright. Maybe one of these has already sparked an "I could try that" moment. Or maybe you're thinking of a hobby you've loved for years. Share it in the comments below. I'd love to hear what keeps you curious. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, start small. Pick one thing. Water a single plant. Write 3 sentences. Snap one photo. Progress isn't about speed, it's about showing up, day by day. Before you know it, you'll look back and think, I did that. And I can't wait to do more. You know, when I was younger, I used to think learning was something you finished, like a race with a finish line. But these days, I've come to see it as more of a meandering walk through a garden. There's always a new path to explore, a fresh bloom to admire. And that's exactly what these hobbies we've talked about offer. A chance to keep wandering, wondering, and growing, no matter how many candles are on your birthday cake. Let's take a moment to revisit these 5 friends we've met along the way. Gardening, where patience and curiosity bloom alongside your tomatoes. Music, letting rhythm and melody become a language your heart speaks. Photography, freezing time to savor life's fleeting beauty. Storytelling, turning memories into legacies. And cooking, where creativity meets comfort in every bite. Now you might be thinking, but where do I start? Here's the good news. You don't have to do it all. Pick the one that makes you lean in a little closer. Maybe it's the idea of leaving a written legacy for your grandkids. Or perhaps it's the thought of filling your home with the smell of fresh basil or warm banana bread. Whatever calls to you, that's your starting line. Take my Aunt Lorraine. At 75, she decided to learn the piano, after convincing herself for years she had no rhythm. She started with just 5 minutes a day, playing chopsticks over and over. Fast forward 6 months, and she's playing Moon River at family gatherings. Not flawlessly, mind you, but with so much joy, we hardly notice the missed notes. And if you're worried about time, let's reframe that. These hobbies aren't another item on your to-do list. They're invitations to linger, to lose track of time while repotting a fern or editing a photo of your dog. That's not wasted minutes. It's investment in your happiness. Scientists even have a term for it: flow state. It's when you're so absorbed in something, stress fades into the background. Sounds like a prescription we could all use, doesn't it? Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these hobbies made you nod along? Or maybe you've already tried one. Tell me about your first basil plant or that wobbly rendition of Happy Birthday on the harmonica. Drop a comment below. Your story might be the nudge someone else needs to begin. And if you found this helpful, why not share it with a friend? Pass it along to your book club, your walking group, or that cousin who's been stuck in a rut. Then hit subscribe. We've got plenty more chats like this coming, from gentle fitness tips to rediscovering old passions. Let's make this corner of the internet your go place for what's next. Remember, growing older isn't about slowing down. It's about widening the path. So go on, try that new thing. Laugh at the messy bits. Celebrate the small wins. After all, the world becomes brighter when we keep saying yes to curiosity. Here's to your next adventure, and the many more to come.